Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the best of What Really Matters with your host, Tony Keevan, and you. Usually it's a dial-in, live, once a week show every Thursday, 6 p.m. News about Manhattan for folks who live in Manhattan on Channel 56 Time Warner. Or for folks who don't live in Manhattan, you can watch us on the internet. Just go to our blog here, WRM for What Really Matters, NYC.blogspot.com. This next clip is with Neil DeGrasse Tyson, and it's very interesting. Another question I had was, in all the pictures I see of galaxies and stars and stuff, they have this swirl to them, and it always has to me, a clockwise swirl. Is there any truth to that?
No.
Okay. I thought I'd discovered something.
Yeah, no, so a couple of things. The most beautiful galaxies to take a picture of are the ones that are swirly. We call them spiral galaxies. So you are deeply biased by the pictures that we show you that in particular come from the Hubble telescope. Most galaxies that you find, for example, in clusters are not spirals at all. They're what we call elliptical galaxies, and they have no such beautiful grand pattern in them. They're just these boring, sort of elliptically shaped puddles of light. And now whether they're all clockwise or counterclockwise, it's just a matter of which side you're looking at them on.
Okay.
And there's no trend in the universe for this to be the case.
Well, I'm very sensitive to media impressions because that's my world, and that seems to have been a consistent one through my life that I've always wondered about, and now you've satisfied that
Well,
answer.
you got me wondering whether the people who print the picture, whether they have an aesthetic preference for one spiral versus another.
Well,
just flip the negative over.
And what connected to me was I had a friend who was in the Navy who said when he went over the equator, the toilet bowl went the other way.
Yeah, he was lying.
What?
He was lying.
Was he lying?
Totally.
Oh, my God. He told me they had a whole party. It was on the USS Kennedy. They have a whole big celebration.
Yeah, no, what happens is the only way you can, first of all, if you have a large enough bathtub in the northern hemisphere and you gently pull the plug, it will spiral counterclockwise.
Yes.
And if you go south of the equator, it will spiral clockwise to drain. But those effects are most pronounced when you're sort of up at the middle latitudes. It basically doesn't exist around the equator at all. So it's not like you can take one step across the equator and have some major force change its direction. That just doesn't work. But there are people who I'm told there are people who will charge you to demonstrate that this is the case in some of the equatorial countries where they've drawn the line in the sand, northern hemisphere versus southern hemisphere. But it's all a scam because the tiniest fluctuation in the movement of the water will completely swamp the effect of the rotation clockwise and counterclockwise.
Of course.
Plus, most toilets, they have spigots that aim in one particular direction.
Of course.
So, yeah, it's all just it's very hard to get that effect real. You need bathtubs that are like miles across, not something that's, anything that would fit in your house.